From the missing link connecting apes and humans to the diabolical Dementor wasp, here are 11 amazing new animal species.
Welcome to Weird Wonders Wednesday.
Here's another suggestion from one of our subscribers. Don't forget to leave your suggestion for our next epic wildlife video. Number 11. Seeing ruby red. The ruby sea dragon was discovered in 2015, but researchers had to wait a year before actually seeing one. Now, it was first recorded in 1919 in Western Australia, but was thought to be a common sea dragon. DNA sampling technology was used to link it to other specimens, which revealed it to be an entirely new species, and that makes it only the third variety of sea dragon recorded, joining the common and the leafy sea dragons. Footage taken off the south coast of Western Australia in 2016 finally revealed the appearance of the ruby sea dragon, so named for its intense red coloration. Dracula ants. Now, they don't turn into bats and fly away, but they do have a taste for blood. The insects were found in Madagascar, but are rarely collected because they spend the majority of their lives in tiny colonies underground or inside rotting logs. But photographer Alex Wild managed to get a nice picture of one of the insects. It's clear enough to make out the extended pincers. The creatures have elongated jaws, and those two big pincers are used for grabbing hold of prey, usually centipedes or beetle larvae. Now, they're linked to vampires because they will wound larvae before guzzling down the victim's blood. Whip spiders. These ancient arachnid arthropods are also known as tailless whip scorpions, but aside from the scary appearance, they don't possess venomous fangs, or silk glands for that matter, and they're considered harmless to humans. Scientists found 8 new species of this critter in the Brazilian Amazon rainforest in 2016. These animals are known to attain lengths of over 27 inches, but the ones found recently were described as being much smaller. The new species were differentiated by their unique body parts, with some of them having eyes that are located smack in the center of the head. There are an estimated 170 species of whip spider documented around the world, with the largest diversity found in Brazil. Klingon newt. Did you know that more than 160 previously unknown animal species have been located in rainforests of Southeast Asia? And that was in 2016 alone. Among the amazing discoveries is a critter that looks like it was beamed in from Star Trek. It's a newt, which has a strange orange and black coloration and has craggy ridges along its body that invites comparisons to the knobby-headed Klingons found in the movies and TV series. It's also referred to as a crocodile newt. Swimming spiders. While spiders are normally known to dine on insects, zoologists have located a number of the arachnids that actually prefer seafood. These critters supplement the diets with smaller fish and are able to take down prey twice the size. Certain semi-aquatic spiders have been found living on the edges of swamps and freshwater streams, some of which are able to swim, dive, and even walk on the surface of the water. Across the world, 5 species of fish-eating spiders have been discovered. In the Florida wetlands, semi-aquatic spiders have been documented catching mosquito fish and eating them. The spiders have strong neurotoxins and enzymes that help them to kill the fish that are larger than themselves and digest them. A sick discovery. Did you know that frogs can help researchers discover new species of insects? That's because the amphibians can hunt and forage in places that are inaccessible to humans. Scientists will examine the frog's stomach contents to see what they can discover, and that's how a bizarre new species of ant was identified, literally in the vomit of a frog from Ecuador. Scientists there flushed out the stomach of a poisonous frog referred to as the little devil. Frogs like this obtain the toxic properties from compounds contained in the ants they consume. The newly discovered insect is less than a quarter of an inch long and has a long mouth, thought to be used for capturing prey even tinier than itself. Since the only specimen of this ant species was found dead, not much is known about it. Mini Megalodon. Researchers have found a new species of shark that existed some 20 million years ago. Fossilized teeth found in California, North Carolina, and 2 other locations measured nearly 2 inches long. The newly discovered extinct species of shark was thought to be around the size of today's great white, around 13 feet long. Experts say the ancient critter belongs to the same family as the super predator Megalodon, or the mega-toothed shark. Scientists say this shark would have had a geographic distribution, so they don't know why it hasn't been recognized until recently. The mystery may have led to it being named M. paradoxodon. Laia. Researchers in Spain found the remains of a new species of smaller ape, and it might have been a common ancestor not only to chimpanzees and gibbons, but to humans as well. The partial skeleton of an adult female hominid were located in a landfill in Barcelona. Around 70 fossils of the creature, nicknamed Laia after the city's patron, were found overall and date back over 11 million years. Analysis revealed that it possessed features of both smaller apes like gibbons and the larger great apes like gorillas, and existed some 14 million years ago, meaning the newly discovered species would have existed before either group. The discovery suggests that the entire ape family tree may have descended from an animal that was far smaller than initially thought. Experts used high-resolution computer imaging to create a likeness of the animal, and they estimate it weighed up to 11 pounds and would have in fact resembled a gibbon. New dwarf lemur. Many of the world's most unusual creatures make their home in Madagascar, as you may have noticed. Well, here's another one. A new species of dwarf lemur was discovered on the island located in the Indian Ocean. It wasn't formally identified until some 10 years after its discovery, and you can get a nice look at the critter perched in a tree in this picture by Richard Randriamampionona. I hope I got that somewhat right. Now those big eyes almost seem to be looking straight through you, right? Genetic analysis confirmed that its characteristics were distinct enough from other lemurs to be categorized as a whole new species. You might say the primate lives up to its status as a dwarf lemur. As an adult, it weighs about 11 ounces and measures only about 7 inches long, but has a tail that reaches nearly 11 inches. You know, the picture might actually make it look bigger than it really is. While its conservation status is still unknown, it is estimated that 90% of lemurs are critically endangered due to deforestation and poaching. Dementor wasp. This new species of wasp discovered in Thailand might sound familiar if you're a Harry Potter fan. This bizarre insect is known to use its venom to turn the prey into zombies before eating them alive. The name is a reference to the demons in J.K. Rowling's books that suck the souls out of the victims. When these wasps hunt cockroaches, they'll inject the venom into neurons found on the roach's belly. That puts the prey into a zombie-like state and unable to control the movement. That allows the wasp to lead the cockroach by its antenna to its untimely demise. And before getting to our number 1 selection, here's a few honorable mentions. A photographer named Piotr Neskraki took some amazing pictures of various new species that were recently discovered around the world, so we thought we'd share a few with you. A critter called the Pinocchio frog was located in the mountains of Indonesia. The amphibian is named for its nose, which inflates and points upwards when the male is calling, but deflates when the frog is less active, which would appear to be the case in this picture since his nostril is pointing down. And how about this insect? The tigress ant is found in the New Guinea rainforest and walks around with its mandibles wide open when it captures prey like smaller invertebrates with a split-second snap. It's only 2 millimeters long, which is tiny, even for an ant. Have you ever seen a blue scorpion like the one in this picture? This emperor scorpion was found in Ghana, Africa. At around 8 inches long, it's one of the largest scorpions in the world. But despite that bizarre appearance, the arachnids feed on termites, and the venom is not considered lethal to humans. Distant relatives. Researchers made a bizarre discovery in an underground cave in Africa. The remains of a creature that could be an unknown species of human from 3 million years ago. Paleoanthropologists have reconstructed a skeleton of the specimen that stands just under 5 feet tall. In all, around 15 such skeletons were found. named Homo naledi. It was found in the Denaldi chamber of South Africa's Rising Star Cave system. Experts say the strange species exhibits human-like adaptations to the hand and wrist, in addition to having feet and lower limbs that are human-like. Its skull is smaller than those of latter-day humans and those of its era, which would indicate a smaller brain, but experts theorize the creatures could have lived alongside those humans with larger brains. The fact that the skeletons were found underground leads some scientists to believe that the hominins may have buried the dead, and the 15 skeletons are thought to represent the largest collection of a single hominin species so far found in Africa.